Hey everybody, this is Crowmar with TGN, and I'm here today to bring you another Rift Beta 5 video. And today we're looking at the Rogue, specifically the Marksman class. This is a ass-kicking ranged DPS class. Let me just start off by firing off a couple shots, seeing what it looks like. The killing power on this is really extraordinary, and your special attacks generate combo points like any other Rogue special attack, and then you have finishers. As you see, I can really tear up enemies. These are level 18 enemies. I'm level 19, so it's not that much of a difference, and my gear is around level 15, so it's not like I'm decked out or anything. The Marksman class is actually just ridiculously strong, and almost, you know, once you master a lot of their abilities, they're almost unkillable. Oh, hello. I thought that was going to be an easy quest I can do while talking. But anyway, another guy to kill here. I'm using 2 spells with a cast bar, and another one that's instant, and then a finisher with a cast bar, and I will show you more detail about those skills in just a minute. Now my subspecs are Saboteur and Ranger, and that's where I get the pet. Marksman does not come with a pet. You have to subspec Ranger. Those two talent trees, Ranger and Marksman, are pretty much joined at the hip. If you're going to be a ranged pet class, you're going to be if you're going to be ranged, you're going to have Ranger for sure for the pet. Now, my other class, Saboteur, is a little less necessary, but there's some nice stuff here. The main thing is adhesive bomb. Let me show you here. I call it grease bomb because that's what it looks like. Plus, it reminds me of the grease trap from Dragon Age, and it slows everything in an area, which is just amazing for kiting. And then if something gets too close to you anyway, you can just hit repelling charge and knock it back. And then, of course, your pet will pick up aggro. The only time I could see you not using Ranger is maybe in PvP, since people aren't going to attack your pet. If you have some other really crazy idea in mind, like Assassin, I don't know, Assassin, Saboteur, Marksman, I don't know. I'm not sure. There's so many combinations, I couldn't possibly test them all. I'm just going with what I got that I've been using for soloing, which is Marksman, Saboteur, Ranger. Anyway, the other thing that comes with the Saboteur at higher levels, once you have some extra spare talent points, is Nimble Fingers, which is just a straight DPS boost for dexterity. That's just amazing. That's a great talent. And this makes Saboteur a good subspec for almost anybody, or a good tertiary spec, that you only have to invest 5 points to get that great power. There's also this AoE that they have here. This is actually a pretty solid AoE. So if you get the points in Nimble Fingers, you also get a good AoE with it, and it's at a range. So that's pretty nice. Now, I'm going to show you those Saboteur abilities real quick. They're not too useful. The ones that I actually do have, like Blast Charge, so it actually aggroes them. And I'll build up Blast Charge. Notice the Blast Charge isn't doing any damage, but then when I detonate it, it does a huge amount of damage. Problem is, there's just too much build-up time to doing that. And I'll analyze the Saboteur much more thoroughly in a future video. But for now, I'm just showing you how it relates to Marksman. So you're not really going to make much use of the Saboteur abilities besides your Grease Trap. And yes, I am going to call it that from now on. Okay, my pet's dying, so I'm going to use Rejuvenate, which is my Shift 5. It's heal over time. Just barely saved him. Not that it matters. You can just resummon your pet. You don't have mana to worry about. Pets do cost 100 energy, so it makes it a little hard to cast it in the heat of battle. There you go. Call Razorbeast. Anyway, so let me just take a look at some of these attack skills. Try to get to a relatively safe point. I should be okay right here. Now for Ranger, let me start with Ranger and show you some of the abilities that I'm actually not using. Quick Shot is your very basic shot that Ranger gives you. Not very effective, but there's an interesting talent here that gives you an extra bleed damage on your Quick Shot. So this is something to think about and put it into your rotation, although I haven't done that currently. I will be, in the future, probably the distant future, after release and after getting some high-level characters, this will be one of the things I'm really eager to do a comprehensive DPS test for, to see if this talent and working it in is a serious boost, which it might be. There's also some abilities that I don't have yet, like Crippling Shot, which is a nice slow hamstring or whatever you want to call it, and I will be getting that as soon as I can. And then, of course, Killing Focus, what I'm working on now, which is just a straight DPS boost. Extra crit from Eagle Eye, so, some good stuff. And then here's a nice one, maximum health to your pet and whatnot. So that's probably useful in some situations, but it's not so necessary for grinding because your Rejuvenate can handle it. Speaking of which, there it is right there. It's not too hard to get. You also get this buff called Predatory Instincts, a self buff for being a ranger. So this is a pretty nice, just gives you attack power, and that's nice for any class that does DPS as a rogue, which is all of them except for the Bard and the Riftwalker. Now here's Splinter Shot. This is an opening ability. Let me show you all the different opening abilities. There's not too many. There's Splinter Shot, which I do use. Notice that it's a bleed. It does physical damage over 10 seconds, and it gives you 2 combo points. 10-second cooldown, cast time, costs a lot of energy, that sort of thing. Then on the other side, you've got Empowered Shot, which is like the same damn thing, except it does straight up damage instead of bleed. But the important thing is that it's on separate cooldowns, which is why... Another book. Get this quest done while doing the video. That's pretty handy. Anyway, so that's why I'm able to cast them both back to back. I'm going to hit Empowered Shot and then Splinter Shot back to back. And that gives me 4 combo points, and then I can do the rest. So I think I covered everything in Ranger. My pet here, by the way, is the Razorbeast, and it's the basic pet that you get just for speccing into it. And if you put more points in, you get the first new pet you get. Called Shadow Stalker right here, and I've seen them running around. I haven't seen too many. Most of the rogues I see are hard range, to be honest, but they're just marksmen like I am. Pretty generic, popular spec. Another one you get here is a Direwolf. I haven't tried this one. This seems pretty easy to get, so hopefully I can try that sometime. Well, I mean, I'll certainly try it when I actually look at the Ranger by itself, but for now, the abilities that are most relevant to the marksman are the Splintering Shot and the Razorbeast to allow you to have a pet tank for you. So back to Marksman here, my main abilities. Swift Shot is going to be your main attack, your main instant attack for combo points. It gives you a movement speed buff that the movement speed buff is dispelled when you execute your finisher, but it's just straight up damage. Ooh, getting attacked. So after Splinter Shot, I'm going to use a quick shot, or not a quick, I'm sorry, a Swift Shot. See, it doesn't do much damage, but it's pretty nice. That was a nice crit. Anyway, I'm going to put him on passive. I'm pretty sure he went and attacked that thing. I'm not positive. Anyway, so that's your Swift Shot, and I've got one other combo point generator here called Barbed Shot, which does instant plus an additional bleed every time the enemy moves. This is an interesting one. I don't use too often, probably for things that are running away from you, and it's just not that much of a DPS increase over Swift Shot altogether. So I'm not using this too often, but it's still a pretty neat idea. Now let me check out our finishers here. We've got Hasted Shot. This is an instant one that gives you a damage. It does a small amount of damage, and then it gives you a bonus to your movement speed. So obviously there's some good PvP ramifications there. It keeps you on the move, and it's got quite a bit of duration too. If you look at the duration, 15 seconds for a little sprint like that, it's not bad. Then I've got Deadeye Shot, which is the one I use most of the time, which is your highest damage one. The damage there is incredible. It's so much better than any other finisher that I've seen for rogues altogether, except for probably Detonate. And then lastly, Rapid Fire Shot. Now I don't use this too much soloing because this increase, it gives you a haste increase to your range attack speed. Now that's not that great because it's only your auto attack, and it doesn't actually give you faster combo points or anything, which is where your main damage comes from. So I'm not too worried about this, but if I was, if I'm in like a rift or something, if I'm DPSing in a rift or in an instance or something, then I want to maintain this buff because over time it's probably worth it. But for soloing, because the fights are so fast, I just go straight with Deadeye Shot every time. I don't even worry about the other two. In addition to those, there's also this Fan Out, which is just a quick AoE that hits like a multi-shot that hits multiple enemies, and apparently does air damage, which is neat because that ignores armor. But I do use this one semi-frequently, but it's not super powerful. It's just kind of handy, and I try not to overuse it because what happens is you wind up getting aggro on enemies that your Razorbeast is not tanking, and it just pulls them on you, which is just not fun. So other abilities I have up here that are really nice. Static Shot, of course, roots the enemy for 5 seconds. I love this one. Anytime I accidentally get someone on me, I static them first. And if they get to me, then I repel them. That's the one I showed you. Actually, let me just show you a Static Shot. Let me find a melee. I don't think that guy's... I'm not sure if this guy is melee or not. My pet's on passive, right? So I say I shoot him, and... oh, of course not. It'll only take a second. Watch the Deadeye damage. Boom, 260. Alright, let me get my points up here. Okay, I'm going to pull this guy, and then I'm going to root him. Oh, nice try. And push him back. I'm not going to be able... oh, Deadeye Shot has a minimum range, so He got too close, so I did a hasted shot instead. That's the other. Oh, that's something I forgot to mention. Oh, I'm in inventory space. Oh well, it's not worth anything. That's something I forgot to mention about hasted shot is that, or I'm not sorry, not hasted shot, rapid fire shot is that it can be used in close quarters and melee range, whereas Deadeye cannot. So Deadeye, and because Deadeye has a cast time, it makes it a little harder to use if something's actually running at you. I guess that's the disadvantage that you have to endure to get the extra damage. My last book, good. All right. So other talents of interest, of course, we have Sprint on the double. I just love this one just for getting around. I just use this constantly. It's only a 30-second cooldown, and it's just really nice. But when you also add in Getaway in PvP, that's amazing. I don't know how many root and snares there really are around in at this level, but obviously as you get higher level, more and more classes will be able to do that. So this is just a must-have. There's also a talent here that probably is not that great for soloing. Well, maybe, I don't know. I might wind up getting it sooner or later, but for PvP, certainly it's amazing. And if you get hit, you just get a haste bonus. And then we've got a straight DPS talent, ignores armor, adds extra air damage. This is just, more DPS because that air damage ignores armor as well. Critical hits give you attack power bonus. As you see, I'm missing so many important talents here because there's just not enough. I just don't have enough points. Improved Swift Shot gives you more movement speed, but I'm not worried about that because I don't really use that bonus too much, although I could see that being in PvP. I decided to get the hit chance instead because I just really hate missing. And, of course, for these first two, extra range. Who doesn't want extra range? And extra damage, straight up extra damage talent. So that's my build. You can also get some great abilities here. This is a cooldown, which allows you to use all of your abilities at melee range, including Deadeye Shot and all that, so it's pretty nice. And then we've got straight DPS boosts, a whole bunch of them. The root talents here are very generic, just like some more damage, resetting cooldown and stuff like that. But I do like this retreat, which just makes you instantly leap back. So it's kind of like the opposite of a repelling shot, and you repel yourself instead. So this is obviously makes the marksman able to survive, able to escape, able to ward off enemies, and then have his pet tank the ones he can't ward off. Pretty nice combination. So if you're interested in alternate specs than going with Saboteur and Ranger, well, Ranger I would keep, but you might want to consider Bard just because of the great buffs it provides. There's a few others, I don't know, maybe Rift Stalker because there's their plane shift and whatnot gives you some nice escapes. But really, I think that Saboteur is the strongest since it gives you the easiest to reach passive dexterity talent, and then it also gives you the grease trap or grease bomb, whatever I keep calling it, the adhesive bomb, excuse me, that allows you to escape and control enemies very well. It's definitely welcome in PvP. And if you put more points in the Saboteur, you do get some other nice traps that are pretty handy. So that's it for the Marksman today. Thanks for watching. This was Cromar with TGN.